Welcome back, everybody. So my next movie review for you is The Old Guard. So The Old Guard was released yesterday, the 10th of July 2020. Its director was Gina Price Braithwaite. I hope that's how you say her name. It stars Charlize Theron. I always struggle with saying her name, plus many others in this movie. So in this movie, we follow a group of mercenaries that are centuries-old immortals who discover that somebody knows their secret and they must fight to protect their freedom, as well as try and introduce a newbie into their group. Now, I went into this movie really kind of with high hopes. I only watched the trailer about a week ago, and I saw the trailer. I was like, okay, I'm on board. And this morning I watched this movie, and I have to be honest with you, I am on the fence at this moment. I'm still kind of thinking about what I enjoyed and what I disliked. There are certain things that stand out in this movie, and there are certain things that are just not as good, and I'll get into those reasons right about now. So here we go, the Old Guard movie review. Now I've been on board with this movie for about a week since I watched the trailer for the first time, and this morning I finally watched it, and by the end of the 2 hours 4 minutes I went, okay, yeah, I'm entertained by this. But, and there is a massive overshadowing kind of but or problem with this movie, which I will get into. But as a whole, I actually really did enjoy this. Now, by far, Charlize Theron's character in here is by far the best performance out of the whole of this movie. You really do get behind the character. They give you a very strong backstory to her. And they do make a very conscious effort to give you a backstory to all the lead characters in this movie, which I absolutely love, but they mainly focus on Charlize Theron's character in here. You properly get a real deep, in-depth kind of backstory to her, and you do get to feel her emotional attachment. Now, originally, emotions, I should say, in this movie. Now, the reason why I say this is that probably a lot of people will think, yeah, being immortal is absolutely amazing, never grow old, never die. In this movie, they show you the other side of this, of being alive for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years, knowing that there is a massive emotional trauma that actually comes with this. So, in other words, not being able to get too connected to many people in their lives, because essentially they're just going to grow old or die at some point, while you stay young and still carry on living. And it's exactly the same with family as well. Every single one of these people have to leave their family behind or disappear, knowing that they're never going to see them again, because the effect of being, or their family being told that they're immortal, will pay a heavy price. And they really do well on trying to show you the emotion that you would get from this. I absolutely love this kind of element of this movie. I really did. They really did a very good job of showing you the emotional trauma of being alive for hundreds, maybe thousands of years. And I like that kind of side of it quite a lot. Now, in this movie, they do state quite a few things in here. There's a lot of stating in here, but they never really explain a lot either. So in other words, like I was saying, left me with a big but at the end of this movie. And the reason why you get this is there's this other overshadowing kind of question while you're watching this movie, throughout the whole of this movie, is why? Why are you immortal? Who gave you these powers? Is it a superpower? Why have you got them? Why is there such a small group of these people got this ability to regenerate, or to basically heal after suffering some very traumatic kind of injuries? They never ever explain it, and it's a massive overshadow for me in this movie, because throughout the whole of this movie, even towards the end, I was just like going, so are you actually going to tell us why you're immortal? How you become immortal? And you're just there. This is the ever burning question throughout the whole of this movie, which was always looming. I was just like, okay, I know that you're immortal. I know that you can go into situations and get shot to hell and get all sorts of things done to you, and you're just going to heal. But why are you immortal? And you get that throughout the whole of the movie. And this is what I found. It was just a massive overshadowing why. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to you? And it's just like exactly the same with the new recruit in here. They never really, they kind of give you a slight kind of story to why there's a new recruit in here, but they never really go into depth with it. So in certain parts of this movie, they do a really good job of giving you a backstory to the characters, and some of the storytelling is absolutely fantastic. And then, yeah, on the flip side, they don't do a very good job of it either, because there is certain holes in here. There are questions that you have at the end of this movie, and that's just what I got from this personally. Exactly the same with the new recruit as well. Now, I get just finding out that you're immortal, that you can't die, it's going to be a bit of a shock. In this, at the beginning, she dies. She discovers that she is immortal. She then dies again. And then it just felt like she spent the rest of this movie basically hurting herself on purpose just to confirm the fact she is immortal. Now, if it happens 3 or 4 times, you're going to start to get a bit of a sense of the fact that, yes, okay, I can actually live through anything. And I'm not slating her character in any way before I get into this. I'm not saying, because she is still a great added addition to this movie. I'm just saying that she's not necessarily needed in this movie. They could have done exactly what they needed to do without her character in here. But I just believe that she spent most of her time testing herself and hurting herself on purpose just to confirm the fact that she is immortal, no matter how many times she is told. Like I said, not a bugbear. I'm just saying that she's not necessarily needed. Fight sequences in this movie I actually really enjoyed as well. You can see that the stunt team are really on board. Again, unfortunately, you never get to see the true potential of this because of some dodgy camera work. I have to be honest with you. So at certain points, I was struggling to follow what was going on, and it kind of put a little bit of a damper on me. Now, if I was to give this a rating, it would only be a 6 or 7 out of 10, strictly because of that overshadowing question that I've got throughout the whole of this movie is why? Why are you immortal? Okay, and the fact that I do believe that this movie was actually slightly too long. I think they could have made this 1 hour and 40 minutes, because I did find myself in certain points of this movie becoming a little bit bored, and my concentration started to lapse very slightly. So hence the reason why I say it could have been a short movie. I also enjoy the fact that they have potentially set this up for a second movie, and they could use that as more of a movie to try and explain that ever burning question of why you're immortal. It's a massive thing for me because it is something which is always there throughout the whole of this movie, and that is the reason why I'm going to give this a 6 or 7 out of 10. So on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.